So I was just watching some of this. This is an old case. Colonel Russell Williams of the Canadian. I want to think he was in the Air Force, and he was a colonel and a pilot and all this, I believe. And he killed like 4 women. And just listening to him, like talk about it, as he confesses. I waited in her basement, she came down, she was scared, I struck her in the head with a flashlight, then I took pictures of her, and then I, raped her, and then I strangled her, or I suffocated her to death, and then and it's like, the way he's talking about these people, it's like he's reading over a fucking grocery list. It's so fucking disgusting. And that was the biggest thing when I worked at the prison, when I used to read. My sergeant told me, don't read he seen me in the one, I was in the office going through the case files of like the new guys, and he was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm just, getting up to date on stuff. Because one guy told me to just know who you're dealing with, just kind of breeze through them. Quite a few senior people told me that. So, man, don't even concern yourself with that shit. Just treat them all the same like you do. And I said, yeah, I know. He goes, because you're going to get fucking, something's going to hit you, and it's going to make you get emotional. If you get emotional, you're not going to be professional. So I always remembered that, if you get emotional, it's hard to be professional. He said, you got to just be straight across the board, which I was for the most part, but I was doing an intake on this guy, and he raped like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old, and some of the shit that he did, I'm not gonna fucking talk about. But he was sitting there, and and I'm looking at his case file, and the fucking anger that went through my body while we were sitting there talking. And he must have seen it on my face, and he was like, "Oh, is you okay?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And we were walking. I fucking had him handcuffed, and I unhandcuffed him, or handcuffed him in front to. I don't know if he was handcuffed. No, he was unhandcuffed because we were in custody, and we were walking down the stairs. And there's this old prison. There's like no cameras in this area, and people have jumped off the fucking thing before I've worked there to kill themselves because, if you jump down there, you fucking fall down them stairs. It's bad. And I just remember thinking in my head, like, I want to throw this motherfucker. Like, I could just see myself just throwing him right over the fucking ledge and just going and eating lunch afterwards. And then, I just remember God telling me, and then you're just like him, you know what I mean? A fucking murderer. It's not your job to, do that, And I just knew then that, I wasn't cut out for that shit, I tell people all the time. I was talking to a retired sheriff's deputy that I work out with every once in a while at the gym, and he said, oh yeah, man, and the jail is, prison, that's a fucking, nobody wants to be in there. Why is it all bright like that? But, we're listening to this guy fucking rehearse his, confess. It's just so disgusting. Like, how could you do that to somebody that's a fucking stranger? They didn't do anything to you. It's not like somebody killed your daughter and you're getting revenge, You're just cold-blooded, and then people walk among us. They're at your grocery store, and that's why, I'm glad I don't have kids. I'll just tell you that. I'm glad I don't have kids, especially a daughter.